Hey there, YouTube. This is in response to, let me see here, Fire Chargers, Pope Prophecy, Benedict to resign in February, false prophet expected next. Alright, now, I already did a video on this, and it goes into some in-depth about who Malachi was, where he was from. I know some people are going to correct me and, him and myself, that it's Malachi, and it's not Malachi. He's from Ireland, and Middle Irish, it's Malachi. Now, he does have the Hebrew name Malachi, but that's also not the same Malachi that is in the Bible. Now, you can either check that out on my page, or I can give you a quick synopsis, which is probably what I'm going to do. But it'd still help if you kind of went and check that out. Excuse me, one second. Sorry, I get cotton mouth really bad. The thing is that when the Antichrist comes, he's talking about the beast, and he's talking in Revelations. Now, Revelations is very cryptic, wrapped in a lot of allegory, and is not necessarily, well, in most parts, is not meant to be taken literally. But the beast and all this, the false prophet is the Antichrist, because the Antichrist will come on the scene trying to be the next Messiah. He's going to try to unify the world under one religion, one money, and one government, one language, so on and so forth. Now, I will have videos posted that's more in depth about who the Antichrist is, what he's about, what he's going to do, those kind of things. But just in general, from a theology standpoint, Revelations is a tough book to read through, to really get a good grasp on. And I'm a Fire Charger. If you end up watching this, I am not in any way trying to rebuke what you're saying, but it's not an end of the world dogma kind of scenario. When it says the end, that's the key. When Malachi said the end, there's a lot of debate whether that means the end of the church, the end of Christianity, the end of the world. But as humans, we're like, oh, end. There's an end. It's the end! And that's not necessarily the fact. And even after the Antichrist comes on the scene, there are quite a number of years, quite a while of period of time before Judgment Day itself and the Battle of Armageddon and everything like that. But as far as what's going to happen to us Christians that are already saved and the Antichrist and everything else, there's a lot that goes into that. But this doesn't necessarily mark the end of the earth. The false prophet, maybe. Now, I believe that this is the era where he's going to unknowingly pave the way for the Antichrist. And for all we know, and this is whispered about, but few people like to say it, especially the Catholics, there's a possibility that Peter the Roman will be the last pope, and he paves the way, and that the Antichrist himself, seeing that he is going to try to come back as the Messiah, might himself be the next pontiff after Peter the Roman. Or possibly Peter the Roman. But I would have to guess that it would be after. But there's a lot of allegory there. There's a lot of, being cryptic. There's a lot of, involved in the whole process. But I wouldn't go exactly to end of the world. We've had enough of the end of the world stuff. I'm alive, you're alive, or you're a zombie, whatever the case may be. The fact is we're still here, and it says right in Matthew that no one knows. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. It's kind of off the fly, but that Matthew says that not even the angels in heaven know the time, nor the place, nor the date, not even the Son. Just the Father. He's the only one that knows. God himself is the only one that knows when he's going to come back. But there is, like I said, there's a video on my channel that kind of describes Malachi a little bit more in depth. The whole process of the whole historic mark of the current pontiff, Benedict, abdicating. Well, not abdicating. They say resign. It's an abdication. And just time will tell. But I can tell you this. He raises a very good point. If you don't believe in God, that's your opinion. That's your right to believe that. However, if you see these things happening, if you see these prophecies, like there's a lot of them that I'm going to make videos for about mass animal deaths and the glorification of sin and different markers that they talk about. You read, you see these things popping one after the other, and it's starting to fall in place. Don't believe the lies. If I'm wrong, I'm insane. And I'm wrong. Whoa. But if I'm right, which hopefully this is in none of your lifetimes, hopefully this is not in my lifetime, but if it is, remember, that crazy guy on YouTube said something about that. Grab a Bible, start thinking about it, start talking to somebody. And if it will be self-evident at that point. But like I said, check out my video. Any questions, any comments, just send them to me. I will have more as far as this whole Antichrist, the signs, what they mean, and kind of thing. I'm more of a theological standpoint rather than, this is what they say. So like I said, not arguing the fact. He had some good points. This whole end of the world dogma and kind of everything like that is really taking steam right now.